and I promise that I'll come around and share in that conversation. So I'm purely here for that purpose. I want to thank you for escalating the cause of our people every time we have this platform. Yesterday, the House Presiding Officer, the Right Honorable Anita Among, made particular statements relating to the absence of sections of the opposition from plenary sittings, and issued sanctions to that effect. I'm here to state as the leader of the opposition in very clear and unequivocal terms that our absence from Parliament plenary sittings is official. What makes it matter official is when it is communicated. And when it is communicated, it is the job of the presiding officer to consider how to treat that official communication. I addressed you last week, but one, and informed the country of the meeting we had in the Speaker's office, the Speaker's chamber, with 3 government ministers, namely the Honorable General Jim Mwezi as the team leader, the Honorable General David Mohozi, Minister of State for Internal Affairs, and the Honorable Obotobo, Minister of State for Defense. In that meeting, there was a commitment, a re-echoing of the commitment made a priori in the plenary, then being presided over by the Honorable Chaibwa, to the effect that the government will respond to these matters in 30 days' time. And 30 days remained a matter of commitment. In the meeting with the Speaker, General Mwezi re-echoed the commitment. In fact, he was very clear to the effect that they will comprehensively respond to the issues for which our demands remain unanswered. All they're waiting for is the time given to them, probably to are doing more preparation. The 30 days expired on Sunday last week, to be particular, on the 19th of November. On Tuesday, so on Thursday last week, the House Speaker informed the country that the same ministers had approached her and expressed their unavailability. I don't know whether it was in writing or verbal, at least she communicated as on the record of Parliament. Upon which our response was that if they're not available, we are equally unavailable, because at no one time are we going to return to the House without these questions being responded to. So, all we are waiting for is the date and the time. These ministers will be ready to respond. That they traveled for a security meeting out of the country, is it true that they are in exile? That they're not going to come back? Are they dead? Are they disappeared like the other people that have disappeared? These gentlemen are alive. We need them back to respond. And we're not going to be invited in an exchange with the Speaker. Our demand of the Speaker is follow up our instructions to the executive, namely to come and respond. And it's not safe for us to engage into a sparring match with the Speaker, who is supposed to be a referee in this matter, as a neutral referee. And therefore, our expectation of the Speaker is to demand of the executive to come and answer. Otherwise, any other matters beyond a response to these matters is peripheral. There's no amount of comparison or juxtaposition one can make of the allowance that people get out of travel, per diem, and what, with the lives of the people. Well, I'm afraid we are not going to do that digression, because the matters for which we are making demands are extremely pertinent. In fact, they are not even partisan. We expect our presiding officer, the neutral arbiter in these matters, to be making demands from the other side as a neutral actor. Otherwise, our demands remain the same demands, and we shall wait at the time when these ministers return. I want again to restate our position as the opposition in Parliament, that we are not available. The days we gave the executive, once they expire, we shall one day return to the House to make another demand that they show us the burial grounds or the bodies of these missing Ugandans. At the moment, we are still demanding for an explanation, which they must produce without any hesitation, because they know where they are or where they buried them in case they are dead. So we are making a demand that they begin by making the statement themselves. The next demand will be different. And I hope the country understands us in that space and clearly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you have understood the communication from the leader of the opposition. If you have questions, this is the time to ask those questions. If you do not, then we'll go straight to Uganda. Yes,
Right, Honorable, the Speaker said part of the committees that your members chair, which are accountability, there should be elections from within the members to chair those if your members are not available, and I understand all those are chaired by the opposition who are away from Parliament. And also exclusion of yourself from any other works of Parliament, not just the trips, but the works of Parliament. What does the law say about some of those things? What is it that probably you could give us as an explanation in regards to limitations, if any, on your protest? Do the rules of procedure give you limits on any, how to protest? Or does it give a presiding officer powers, in any case, to determine how the demonstration can be made?
Thank you. Any other question?
Yes, OHT, I think the days of expiry, if I'm not mistaken. When should we expect that return? Should we expect it today, tomorrow? Can you give us the time frame? Thank you, sir.
No, before.
Just related to what Shamin asked, what is the next option if the threats by the Speaker is materialized and through the committee leaders are replaced by the members who will take response of action?
And then the law will answer those.
As the opposition, how do you feel in front of the numbers that was reached by the Speaker yesterday? You are not able to access sports games, but did you feel it to be
Thank you.
The Lord can take those questions and then another round.
Thank you. Shamin, first of all, like I said at the beginning, all the threats are in diversion. And fortunately for us, we are very clear-headed in what we are doing. There's no constituency that elected an MP on account of being an athlete or a footballer. So those small diversions, as political leaders in Parliament, we understand them, but we cannot be diverted. Ours is a humble clarion call to the speaker as the neutral arbiter, who actually even gave a timeline to the executive to indeed follow up from her orders to the executive. The order is not on our side. The order should be on the executive side. So that for us does not really move us an inch. The tone used, yes, we can understand the tone. But again, the tone is a political tone. Fortunately, I'm not a religious leader, so I can understand the tone. And therefore, I can work with that tone without necessarily being diverted. Timeline, the timelines can be communicated. It can be tomorrow, it can be next week. First things first, there must be a response. If it doesn't come, we shall compel it to be brought. Don't ask me how.
Ivana.
Thank you, Mr. Honorable. UPC and the FPC, it seems some of the members are against your decision of this boycott. I heard Honorable Nathan number 5 saying this boycott is not necessary as of now, and it's high time for you to get the house and fight from the house. What's your take on these statements?
It was the same. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable. I have like 2 or 3. Yeah. My name is Daniel Mugoya. I work with the UPC TV. First, I would like to know, are you affected by the delay of the security or line ministers to respond to your concerns? Secondly, when you say that your absence is official or was official, does this mean that the speaker has turned a blind eye to the communication you had earlier? Then maybe, Honorable, the last one, if this boycott goes beyond the timeline that the speaker issued, for example, skipping the 15 sittings, what will we expect from the opposition?
Thank you. First of all, from Ivanda, the issue of some of our friends from UPC and DP, I think the media can make a roll call on who is who and where. I am afraid the group against this boycott is a very tiny minority. And the reason they are giving are not really principled reasons. They seem personal. So if somebody says the boycott is not helpful, what is it that is helpful they are suggesting? So if you demand for a statement which should be debated and it's not brought, so what are they waiting for in the House? I even heard one of the leaders saying, this is a noob matter. I think that is really disgraceful to come from a leader anywhere. Not even an one person can make that statement, but to come from an MP, that MP is misplaced. But all I can say is that the opposition platform is together. That is not to say that some individuals are being used to divert this unity. But I'm glad, if you look at the array of the team here, called impromptu, it's a good cast of what the opposition is about. I think I can confidently say that it's well represented, and therefore I have no worries about some individuals frolicking on their own to purport to be representing the opposition. I speak for the opposition in Parliament, and as long as a party has not withdrawn their allegiance to the platform here, we are speaking for the opposition in Parliament. And if the individuals, their personal reasons, like I said last time, they have every right under the law to seek to belong away from this platform. We can never deny them that right, but they must declare their interests. We have declared our interests here. We are running for pro-people interests. If people have other interests, that's their separate space. My brother from UBC, are we affected? I think affected is a word various. Yes, we are affected. We are legislators. We are the voice of our people. We speak for their aspirations. We speak for their desires. We speak for their frustrations as well. But the beauty is, under frustration, we are doing our work. We are affected because we'd rather see these missing people back. We are affected as citizens because we are seeing levels of impunity unprecedented. We are affected because we are seeing a replay of many times impunity. Might is right. That's why we're saying we are affected and you are also affected. You're not feeling it, you mean? Everyone should feel affected. We are fighting for civic space. For everyone, civil society, the media, politicians, religious institutions, and everyone, including witch doctors. So everyone should feel affected by this. Then with the speakers ignored our pleas, the beauty about us is that we communicate. And when we communicate, it's official. How it is treated is not our space. Our duty, our obligation is to communicate our intentions, because our intentions are guided by the law. Time frame, we have the Constitution before us, and we are protected by the Constitution. That's why we are not allowing any diversion. The Constitution did not give a time space for how long we can protest. A protest, a demonstration is constitutional. So anything, the rules and what are subordinate legislations. They are secondary, they are subsidiary, and therefore they cannot supersede the Constitution and its command of the right to demonstrate, protest, illegality, impunity, and lawlessness. That's what we are doing.
Okay, we can. Do you have a question? A different one from everything else that I did.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. I'm Franklin Draco from Daily Monitor. You've been documenting the cases of the missing persons, and in one of your earlier communications, you said the state apparatus had started contacting these individuals. I'm wondering how safe are the relatives of the people who are missing? Then secondly, the pattern is going towards the 2026 elections, which are about less than 3 years away from now. And do you think the members of the opposition are going to be spared more going towards the elections? Because it may just it has subsided, and then we might have been towards the next elections.
How I wish you did ask the last question to some people from BP, UPC, and the FBC who are saying this is inconsequential. That question should go to them and ask them what are they thinking. Probably it's a very, very serious question. They should answer that question, whether they believe that they are safe from this impunity, which is why we are working so hard to end impunity and return sensibility to our politics. But I'll tell you, yes, we are circumspect as to what will happen if we do not end the impunity. You know, it's a matter that preoccupies us as occupants of this public space. And it's the reason why this sacrifice is worth every little thing you can ever think about. On your other question relating to safety of the families, when you meet the Minister of Defense and Security, Internal, ask them whether these people are safe. They're the ones who guarantee safety. I cannot guarantee their safety. They are going abducted and they are missing family members. So ask Internal Affairs and Defense whether these people are safe now that they are contacting them. And that, I think they have the best answer. As for my side, I cannot guarantee their safety. All I can guarantee is a voice for them, just like for other citizens.
Okay, thank you.